Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Real late on Hot 97. My name's Peter Rosenberg. The tape Easy is out everywhere right now with my man Who Kid, Durban, South Africa's own Nasty C. What's good, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. This is obviously not the release you were planning on. Was dropping this mixtape during a global pandemic. Um,
hmm
on the flip side of that coin, um, to look sort of, I guess, selfishly somewhat at um, the social unrest and the honest conversations about oppression, has
hmm
some of that, like, you've obviously leaned into that musically and you seem to really be affected by it. So is there sort of musically a blessing in disguise through all of those tough conversations because it allows you to express yourself on these subjects?
Um, yeah, man. I guess it is a blessing in disguise. Um, it's just I always like try to challenge myself when it comes to music and the type of music that I make. So I make music like that anyways. It's just never been about something that's been that real and been about like the world as opposed to just being just about myself. Like when I make that type of music, it's usually just about myself, like relationships and like personal stuff. But this gave me a chance to really, address something that's a real problem in the world, that
What
needs
what can you say
attention.
about, obviously people have a lot of feelings when it comes to the treatment of Black people and South Africa, obviously. Um, you growing up in Durban specifically, what's that experience like? Can you relate that to Cape Town, to Joburg, to America? What was your experience dealing with life as a Black man and Black kid like?
Well, it's not that crazy over this side. Like it's not as crazy as it is in the U.S. Um, yeah, we don't really fear police like that. We don't fear the cops like that. So it's normal. Doesn't matter where you are. Like you might experience a little bit of racism, like if you're in places like I hear Pretoria is a little racist, and some parts of Cape Town, but unless you're like in there maybe at night or in a place where it's just like predominantly white, then maybe you might have like an issue. But it's never anything serious. Like they'll never even beat you up, to be honest. Like unless you got like weed on you or something. If you have a substance on you, then you know what I mean. But it's not as crazy as it is in the States. Yeah.
So what about just in terms of like beyond the police, just in terms of like interactions? I know Durban is a place that is there's a huge Indian influence and population in Durban. It's a very diverse place, beautiful people, great food, and a real mix of cultures. But beyond the police, just in terms of your upbringing, did you live with a lot of discomfort and sort of disharmony when it comes to race, or were things generally have been pretty cool in your experience?
Nah, things were cool in my experience. I went to a white school like off the bat when I was a kid to like grade 6. So I had white friends and sometimes like at a point I had a best friend who was white. I never had a problem with white people. White people never had a problem with me. Um, it's not until like I started being my own person where like I started to get like subtle racism. You know what I mean? Like it's very, very subtle. Like people just looking at you weird because you're driving a certain car,
Hmm.
or you live in like a certain estate where not a lot of Black people get to live there and stuff like that. But it's very subtle. It's like they never do nothing about it. They maybe just like call security every time you have a guest over, or you know what I mean, like exaggerate noise complaints and shit like that. But it's like petty stuff. It's not as crazy as it is there.
The you have a dope record with Ti right now, and I just watched your guys' performance of it on Seth Meyers. It's called "They Don't." Really, really well done, man. You guys leaned in to what's going on right now, and you sort of show your rapping chops and your singing chops on that record. How did that come together? Did you get to build with Ti on it all, or with it being done this way, was it sort of email conversations?
Yeah, it was email because I made this song a year ago, June 2019, and when this whole thing was a topic again, and it was really serious, like it was out of hand. When I made the song, I really was just like getting some stuff off my chest because I just like gotten like an eye opener to what's going on like in the States, like when it comes to uh, racial injustice and stuff like that. So I made it when I was like very emotional at the time, but then I just kind of kept it on my laptop. Like I didn't even have a plan to release it. It was never a thing. So, I mean, I just left it there until the topic was like the number one topic in the world right now, and it was just like it was affecting everybody, you know. And it was the best I could do from this side. I'm all the way across the world, so I we tried to think of a way to drop it, and Ti was just perfect for it because one, I just formed I just formed a relationship with him. Like I just got in contact with him, and we are speaking and stuff, and we have two songs now out the way. So I was like, this is my idol. If you didn't know this, Ti is the reason I rap. Like I picked up the pen because of Ti. So I was like, yo, it'll be really dope if the first song that I put out with my idol is about like some real shit.
Important,
You know,
yeah.
yeah, so we got him on there, and who better? Like he stands for that type of stuff on his Instagram. You see it all over his page. Like he doesn't shy away from that type of stuff. You know?
So tell me about that. Why Ti? You as a kid growing up in South Africa, why did Ti resonate with you so much?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's just because he's the first one I saw. I was like 9 years old. I hadn't really paid attention to the screen ever, or even what was playing like in the car. It was this bus that I used to take to school. I used to never pay attention to the music playing there. Like I'd know some songs because they're just playing over and over again. But the first time I actually paid attention to what was playing, it was him, and
What
I
song
liked
was it?
what I saw. It was Top Back, the remix.
Mm.
It's easier. Is that one right there?
And then when you went in and you really got after it, did you like go back and listen to the whole catalog?
Who? Tips
Ti,
catalog?
yeah.
Yeah. Not everything. Everything I could find because I mean, all the way across the world. This is before Spotify. This is before the internet really like was like booming like that. Like we just had little social media here and there, but Facebook wasn't even around at the time. So I could only get like CDs, like burnt CDs from my friends and stuff like that. That was that's all. That's how I got it actually. Like I get.
What ended up being your favorite Ti album? What right now is your favorite Ti album of all time?
I think it was Ti versus Tip.
Mm.
I think it's either that one or King. I'm not really sure because it's not like I had the actual disc with the art cover. No, I had the.
Right. You were just playing the yo man. The did you used to just have those like the spool for the CDs and the CDs would just be stacked on it? Like you would just
Yeah,
have a whole bunch of the CDs.
yeah. That's how we all did it. My father even made like a little CD rack, like homemade DIY style. Like he put it together. We just had all the discs in there, movies, everything.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I always bring up with Ti that I think King is his best body of work. Like it was kind of maybe about the timing, but like at that moment, it just felt like Ti really was the king. Like he had really become the king of the South for real.
Yeah, yeah. He was killing it. Bro.
So what is this? How do you handle this whole mixtape with COVID-19? And then what are your plans album wise? Like, do you have any idea what you're going to do over the next several months?
Um, yeah, the album is being pushed back because of current circumstances. We're trying to find the best way to put it out and be able to work it still. With like the whole quarantine thing going on. But I'm just gonna be dropping material like in between though. I have so many songs in the archive, so it's easy for us to put out content while we actually get more time to work on the album. I'm in studio right now working on the album. So I'm just dropping tapes, singles and stuff like that. The tape actually is called Zulu. I heard you say easy. I don't know
Oh,
anything
sorry. The
about that.
tape's called Zulu. I totally apologize. I was looking at your Twitter page and just said easy. It is called Zulu.
It's cool, yeah. Easy is a single that I just dropped. It's also on there.
Got it. So Easy's the single off Zulu. Zulu's the mixtape with Who Kid, which has
Yeah.
the record They Don't with Ti and a whole bunch of other joints.
Yep.
Um,
Correct.
so what just from a straight up like life standpoint, how do you how do you feel about the way COVID-19 feels in Joburg, where you are right now, and in South Africa in general?
It's crazy, bro. Like it's this is the craziest thing I've ever had to like live through in my life.
How old are you
So it's
again?
like
See, 23.
23 now.
Yeah, this is defining stuff right here.
Yeah, it makes you feel like the world is about to end, or like the world is gonna change, and maybe adjusting to the change is just gonna be weird. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to keep busy and stay creative and get my mind off it because when I think about it too much, I end up going to a sad place. Not really sad place, but just like this. I don't know. I don't like where I go when I think about it. So I
Listen, I think you're I think you're not alone in terms of going to a place that's kind of dark and
yeah,
scary because you get very caught up being like, if it keeps coming back in these waves, like when does this end? You know,
yeah.
you start to
Our,
think it's
our
not
our
going to.
numbers just our numbers just went through the roof right now because they let us back out. So everyone is like mingling and stuff. Our numbers just like went up by a crazy amount, like exponentially, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, it just
And like
seems.
you see these little videos that go viral of like the nurses that work in hospitals and stuff, like really telling people that it's real. Because a lot of people like coming up with these theories and stuff. You know, these conspiracies and shit. Like,
Well, really,
but these
everyone's just
nurses,
looking for an excuse to go outside. Let's be honest.
yeah, but these nurses are like, yo, to really think about what you're doing. Like they're losing patience. This other video that I saw today, this girl said within 2 hours she lost about I almost said 4 or 5 patients in
Mm.
just 2 hours. And this is like on a regular. This happens every day they go in there. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's terrifying, and you almost just can tell, like we can watch all of society and see how people are incapable of following the rules, and so like that you're just kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Um, are people do people appear to be taking it seriously? Like, do most people wear masks when they're outside? Like, does people seem to be taking it
Yeah.
seriously?
Where I'm at right now, yeah, but back in the hood, nobody really cares, man.
Really, you didn't see the same sort of
Hell no. Like they're still living the same, bro. Like nothing has changed. Nothing has changed back
and I
in the
don't know
hood.
about South Africa, but of course, in this country, in the U.S., disproportionately, people in lower economic circumstances are being affected by COVID-19.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because they're the ones that are not really taking the necessary precautions and stuff. Like they don't really pay attention to it. They just living like everything's normal and they mingling and stuff. And these people get in public taxis and stuff like that, and they go back to their houses where they live with their grandma or their kids, like the people that are prone to actually die from it. Like they get it. That's crazy to me. It's like it's selfish. I don't care if you don't care about getting it. Think about your people. Like that's
I know.
crazy.
It's very, very frustrating for all of us to watch. I think in every city across the world, we're seeing the same thing. Um, so Zulu, the project is out right now, and if you haven't checked out Nasty C's work, him and Ti did a great performance on Seth Meyers a little while ago. What and you have a video out. Is the video for Easy?
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
there's the video you can peep for Easy, and go check out the mixtape with Who Kid. I'm gonna play a couple of joints on the show right now, but I just wanted to catch up with you real quick, man. See what was going on. Check in, and
okay.
as things go on, just keep me posted, bro.
I will, man. Thank you once again, man. It's good talking to you again.
Always, bro. Zulu, the project, Nasty C and Who Kid is out right now. We're gonna play a couple joints, then a throwback. It's real late on Hot 97.